One.
Hi, this is Roxy Vivien, and I'm here with Daniel Davis-Williams, and welcome to another Function 5 Fitness video. Here today we are going to be going over basic Muay Thai kick defense, particularly the low kick and the body kick. We're just going to go over those two today. So these are kind of drills you would do on a very beginner level when you're just getting introduced to sparring. Of course, before you spar, you want to be kind of at an intermediate level, getting all your strikes down on the pads and on the bag before you start drilling them with partners. So when you get to defense, the first easiest one to go over is probably checking that low kick. Everyone gets hits with low kicks in the beginning when they start sparring, so it's really important to drill them regularly with a partner. So when I'm drilling the low kick, I'm going to start with the right one today. I'm going to start with the right low kick. Daniel's just going to lift his knee up to check the low kick, making sure that he's opened up his shin to the outside. So when he does that, he's going to be shifting weight onto his back foot, making sure that he's balanced. Kind of imagine like a pole going through that back foot. If you don't shift that weight properly, or if your stance is too wide to begin with, it's impossible to check that low kick. You can kind of see how that would be weird. So you're in your stance, and when I kick him, he checks the low kick. His toes are going to be flexed up. That's going to make his shin hard, and it makes so the leg doesn't get knocked underneath him when he blocks the low kick. So he checks, and then he'll throw in a knee, and I check. He checks, and I check. Now what you want to focus on when you're doing this drill is also looking right around the chest level or even in your partner's eyes. Everyone has a kind of different opinion on that. I personally kind of look right there at the clavicle. And he goes ahead and kicks, and I kick. Trying to keep our eyes up and just reacting to that peripheral vision when we see the kick coming. Okay? The inside low kick is a little bit different. I'm going to be blocking the inside low kick by pointing the knee towards where the kick is coming from. So he's trying to kick my inside thigh with his left kick, and I just simply point my knee there. I don't want to lift the leg too high because then he's hitting my lower shin or ankle with this kick, and that's not going to feel too good on me. But if he hits my knee, that feels really bad on him. So he gets low kick, I do a low kick. Again, trying to look up. And that's low kicks. So the next one we're going to go over is the body kick. The body kick, what you're going to have to do is lift your knee a lot higher, and you're going to be sealing that space between your elbow and your knee. If you don't seal that space, that kick's going to go right underneath it. So if I do a poor check and don't get it up all the way, and Daniel goes to kick, I'm going to eat that kick. The other thing that mistake that people make often with low kicks and body kicks is that they don't turn their hip out enough. So they'll kind of go like this, and they're still getting hit either this way, or they're still getting hit in the body up there, okay? So you definitely want to try to open up that hip to the outside, and your toes should be turned out in your stance. It's one of the reasons they're turned out, so that you can effectively check kicks very quickly, okay? So if we drill, checking the right body kick back and forth, making sure you're aiming at a good level for your partner, making sure you're putting weight into the back foot as you check, so you're standing up nice and tall. Try to react to seeing the kick rather than anticipating it coming at you. The left low kick, left body kick is very similar in how you block it. You're just lifting up that back leg. The biggest mistake I see people make is they kind of try to push their leg forward when they block, which you don't need to do. You want to keep that leg back there in your stance and just block it. You know where the kick's coming, there's no reason to try to meet the kick any earlier. So checking up here, drilling it back and forth, making sure you create that wall. And those are the body kicks. So in order to kind of get some repetition in with both low and body kicks, you can do a couple drills. The first one I'm going to recommend is just doing them in sequence, but mixing them up. So you will go right low kick, right body kick, left inside, left body. And then he goes low, body, inside, body. On a beginning level, just doing those 4 strikes in that sequence will be challenging. You're constantly changing the different type of block you have to do. Even though you know which one is coming, it's still going to be challenging in the beginning. Once you've mastered that, you can move on to kick sparring and mixing them up, or going 1-for-1 kick and mixing up the different kicks. It's much more challenging when you have no idea when it's coming, obviously. but I would start with just drilling the basics over and over until you really have those blocks perfect. Again, you want to wear shin guards when you do this. That's very important. I personally like to wear knee guards, so if someone does hit my knee, it's much softer than the regular knee. It still hurts to hit a knee if you're kicking pretty hard, even if you have your shin guard on, so we do recommend you wear knee pads. Anything else, Sarah?
Can't think of anything.
Alright, well that's your introduction to kickboxing. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.